Hey you guys, welcome to part 5 of my DVD collection, and today I'm going to be showcasing the releases that I have from Lionsgate Films. I have Saw 3, 4, and 5 so far. I don't have the other films just yet, but I plan on getting them very soon, but for now I'm going to show off the ones that I have so far. So I'm going to get it started with Saw 3, the director's cut. This version I like a lot. I've seen it in theaters, of course I've seen all of these movies in theaters. I'm a huge fan of the Saw series. But this director's cut is just blows the theatrical version out the park. It just adds more scenes, more character development, extended ending, which kicks ass. And even though this is a 2-disc edition, it doesn't have that much features. Nothing worth noting except for the audio commentaries. One has Lee Wanell, who is, of course, the co-writer and plays Adam in the film. Another has Darren Lynn Bousman, the director, and Jay LaRose, the actor who plays. If you guys seen it, he's the guy with all the hooks in him, and he gets pulled apart in the film. Gross stuff, but pretty cool. And one has an audio commentary with Tobin Bell and Shawnee Smith. Of course, they play John/Jigsaw and Amanda, respectively. And this has a pretty neat cover artwork. Has the chains, pretty glossy. Here's the disc art. There's Danica, the ice freeze trap victim. The pig face mask. Yeah. Of course, I like all the films, but I really enjoyed this one. Next one is Saw 4, another director's cut. This also has some good features. Audio commentary with Darren Lynn Bousman and Lyric Bent, who plays a SWAT team commander Rig in the film. Another has an audio commentary with the executive producers. Has the traps of Saw 4, the props of Saw 4, a deleted scene, and yeah, this one is split down the middle. Either you love it or you hate it. Me personally, I like it, but I'm pretty disappointed with this director's cut of the film. Even though it adds some more gore, it just takes out just a little bit. Like, for example, for those of you who have seen it, be forewarned, there will be spoilers. There's a scene at the end, the big reveal where Hoffman is the Jigsaw apprentice, and he's just... excuse me for a minute, folks. Sorry for that delay. I just gotta get the phone. Jesus Christ. Sorry about that, folks. Just a little distraction. I'm gonna try and get back into the flow of things, but what was I saying? Oh yeah, the big reveal where Hoffman is the Jigsaw apprentice, and he's unhooking the straps to him, and while the tape is playing, you see the big reveal, and Hoffman is standing right down on Rig. For some reason, that scene gets cut out, and all the dialogue is playing, and then when it gets right down, when it gets right down to the scene, he just magically appears right behind Rig, and I was pretty disappointed in that. I was hoping they would add that, which I'm going to try and find the theatrical cut of the film. I mean, I like the film, but it's just those little moments that matter to me personally, at least. So I'm going to do that. But Saw 4, pretty solid sequel. The big twist, when I first saw it, I was blown away. All these movies have some pretty good twists. And now here is the installment that gets the most hate, and that is Saw 5. Director's cut once again. Some pretty cool cover art. Of course, the head trap. Here's the one with the features. This had some stick-on. I took it off, but just want to show it to you. Has commentaries with David Hackle, who's the director this time out. The producers have a commentary again on here. And this has some pretty good features on it. Has some little documentaries on the traps in the film. Yeah, like I mentioned before, this installment gets the most hate. But me personally, I like it because of its excuse me, because of its ensemble cast. We got Julie Benz from Dexter and Rambo. We got Greg Brick, who plays Malik in the film. He's also, you probably know him as one of the killers from David Cronenberg's A History of Violence. And of course, Scott Patterson is back in the film as Agent Strom from the last film. And I don't know what else I can say. Me personally, I like this film a lot. I like all the Saw films. Can't stress that enough, but I didn't think this was that bad. So yeah, so that's it for the Saw films. Next up are a couple of films from Nettlevine and Taylor. You have Crank and Gamer. Crank, 2006 release. Very fun action film, doesn't take itself too seriously. Has a sense of humor. Jason Statham, always a pleasure to watch as always. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this film. And then we have Gamer with Gerard Butler, released in 2009. Which is another pretty innovative and entertaining action film in my book. Of course, Gerard Butler. Michael C. Hall from Dexter, awesome show. Terry Crews, John Leguizamo, Chris Bridges, a.k.a. Ludacris. We got Logan Lerman from Percy Jackson and the Olympians. And what else can I say? This is just a pretty good action film, so check it out if you get the chance. Next up I have is one of my all-time favorite films of the 80s, and that would be The Monster Squad from 1987. Of course, it's directed by Fred Dekker, who also did Night of the Creeps, which is another great film you should check out. This is the 2-disc 20th anniversary edition release that came out in 2007, which I got the first week it came out because I was waiting on this for a long time and I really wanted to get it, so here I have it. And this is a TriStar film, originally released by TriStar Pictures in 1987. They still have the logo on here. It's pretty awesome they did that. And this one has some very good features, audio commentaries, deleted scenes, and a real in-depth documentary on the second disc. Cover art's pretty decent, but I like the poster art better, which I'm glad they included in the set, as you can see. And on the back of this, it has a note from the director, Fred Dekker. So yeah, this one I highly recommend because it's just such a funny 80s horror comedy. So that's The Monster Squad. Next up is The Punisher with Thomas Jane, 2004 release. This is the extended cut of the film that came out in 2007, I believe. No, my mistake, it's 2006 release. And I love the cover art for this one. Has a skull. Got Thomas Jane. Yeah, the artwork is just amazing on here. Here's the disc. Here's the other pic of Thomas Jane. And this one doesn't have that much features either, but no matter. I have to say this is probably the closest thing to the original source material as they can get. Thomas Jane makes a pretty good Punisher. Of course, John Travolta plays very good villain, as always. So yeah, this one and the 89 version with Dolph Lundgren, which is just as good. I like them both. I have that one on me. I'll just show that off on a later vid, but yeah. Punisher, great Marvel adaptation movie. Check it out. Next up is Ginger Snaps Back the excuse me. Ginger Snaps Back the Beginning. Of course, once again stars Catherine Isabelle and Emily Perkins as Ginger and Bridget. This is a prequel to Ginger Snaps and Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed. This is set in 19th century Canada. course, telling the telling the origins of presumably the ancestors of Ginger and Bridget in the film. Pretty good features. Of course, I love werewolf movies. This is no different. I wasn't too impressed with Ginger Snaps 2. I mean, I don't hate Ginger Snaps 2, just the ending kind of killed it for me, but this one I really enjoyed a lot. So that's Ginger Snaps back. Next up, I want to excuse me. I'm sorry, I'm coughing today, so just bear with me today. So next up, The Thaw, which, just like Ginger Snaps, is another great Canadian horror film. Features Martha McIsaac from Superbad and The Last House on the Left remake, and Val Kilmer in a supporting role. 2009 release, and this is under the Ghost House Underground series. This one has a behind-the-scenes featurette on it, theatrical trailer, and yeah. This is another pretty good Canadian horror film you should check out. Next is The Descent. This comes from Neil Marshall, the same guy who did Dog Soldiers. This one has pretty good features, very in-depth into the making of. Got audio commentary with the director and the cast, and one with the director and the crew. Deleted scenes. Another pretty in-depth documentary on here called The Descent Behind the Scenes. Yeah, cover's kind of scruffy, but no matter. I've had this for a while, so. Here's the inside little booklet, as you may. Just showing off the features that they have and the pics from the film. I love this film. This is just such a breath of fresh air from the usual horror genre film, and Neil Marshall is just such an inventive director. So yeah, check out The Descent. I haven't seen The Descent Part 2 yet. I've heard mixed things, more bad than good, but I'll check it out at some point. So that's The Descent. Next up is an oldie but goodie, and that is Highlander from 1986, which stars Christopher Lambert and Sean Connery. And this was originally released by 20th Century Fox in 1986. Of course, the rights are now with Studio Canal. And this has gone through many distributors. First started out on Thorn EMI home video back in the day. And then they were under Republic Pictures in the mid to late 90s. And then Anchor Bay had Highlander. So now Lionsgate has it now. This is the director's cut of the film, and this is the bare bones edition. Now the only features on here is an audio commentary with the director Russell Mulcahy and the producers Peter S. Davis and William Panzer. Of course, this spawned a whole bunch of sequels, TV series, cartoons, and whatnot, but this will always be the best. Of course, there can only be one. Famous line. So yeah, Highlander, amazing film. Next up is a movie called The Stoning of Soraya M. Very compelling, very disturbing film. This tells the story of a woman who gets accused of cheating by her husband, who's a real fucking shithead. Yeah. And she basically gets stoned for nothing just so he can go off with his mistress. But yeah, this is a pretty unforgettable film. I recommend this. If you haven't seen it, just rent it or buy it. At least buy it, because this is worth a watch. Highly disturbing. Some of the scenes will piss you off highly because of the ignorance of the men in the film. Of course, that's how it is. But But yeah, this is a very good film, so check it out. Next up is Monsters Ball. Billy Bob Thornton, Halle Berry, and the late Heath Ledger. Of course, Halle Berry won an Academy Award for her role in this film. It's another good drama. And this is also directed by Mark Forster, who would go on to do Finding Neverland with Johnny Depp, and of course the 007 film Quantum of Solace. This comes with audio commentary with the director Mark Forster. And one has a commentary with him and Halle Berry and Billy Bob Thornton. Making of, featurettes, deleted scenes, outtakes. I like this. This is a pretty good movie. So, that's Monsters Ball, and this is a 2001 release, by the way. Next up is Precious. It's another Academy Award winner. Very gritty, highly unsettling film. And this comes from Lee Daniels, who directed the film, who also produced Monsters Ball. Most of you people might not be into this, but me personally, this was a pretty unsettling film, but performances are pretty great. Especially Monique, who plays probably one of the worst mothers in the world. And she won an she won an Academy Award for this film as well, so. Yeah, this film isn't for everybody, but at least give it a shot. And last but not least, we have Crash from Paul Haggis, an ensemble piece. This one has audio commentary with Paul Haggis and Don Cheadle and Bobby Moresco, the co-writer of the film. Another pretty intriguing slice of life type of piece. I actually saw this in the theaters when it came out in 2005. And yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Performances are great. So, another one I highly recommend. There's a 2-disc director's cut out. That's out right now, but me personally, I'm happy with the one I got. So, that's Crash. And that concludes part 5. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I appreciate all the support. And again, thanks for watching. So, you guys take care and have a great day or night wherever you're at. Later.